You'll get hours and hours of fun out of this game. Friday night, get back from the pub, stick the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox on with your mates. You'll have a whale of a time. You really will. You can play like almost as a sort of general sort of like, you don't worry about necessarily having to play it as like some sprawling, 3,000 hours later, you've got a massive city and all the rest of it. Sometimes you'll just want to jump on with a fresh character and just see how long you can all survive on a Friday evening or something. It's got a lot going for it. It's also got the more serious long-term sort of Minecraftian build options. Caliper City that I've built has taken a lot of time, but you don't have to do anything that mad. I mean, some of the fun is actually coming up with designs that actually means that the zombies can't get to you. There's all sorts of tips and tricks that we've had over the years, using water or fall damage. And the devs have slowly sort of like taken that on board and tweaked things. So you're always in danger. I mean, even for myself, many hundreds of hours in, shit can go wrong pretty quick. Yeah, we're running the experimental 14.7, which is very clearly marked as an unstable build. You'll be getting on console something a lot more, well, in theory, stable. I mean, I have to say, I don't really have that many problems with this myself, but... Well, we're still not sure on that, Sammy, about the wipe for Alpha 15. We're really waiting. There was a very big forum thread out on that. I'm still not convinced we might not have to wipe for Alpha 15. I just don't know. I mean, fingers crossed we don't have to, but... Public service with folks running rampant. Well, you've got that on the PC. I mean, I highly recommend never joining one of those, to be honest. It can be a bit chaotic, to say the least. There's also a lot of admins that like flying around and doing nasty things to you, but you won't have any of that on the Xbox, will you? Whoa, what the hell? Where am I? This is a dark cave. Is there a creative cheating mode? Yes, there is. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's a very, very, very nice creative mode. It's something I've hardly ever touched. And in fact, I didn't realise that we could actually join this server as an admin. I mean, we own it, so there's no reason why we couldn't have done. But I thought it involved a lot more console-esque, knowing block IDs and all that. And it's nothing like that at all. It's just like Minecraft, really. I'm going to get it for the PlayStation 4 because I've got some friends and family that are really looking forward to it that don't have gaming PCs. So I've always said it's one of the few games, I can play all sorts of PC exclusive games that they just couldn't give a flying toss about. It's never even entered their minds that they might consider buying a PC to play some of those more obscure RPGs that are, PC exclusive. But they've all sort of seen and heard about this, especially recently. And they're all super pumped for it. And I'm talking about, guys and gals that typically play little more than FIFA, Call of Duty and Battlefield. And they're super pumped for this. Your friend's got a 60... I've never seen one that big, Jova. 60 concurrent players? I've never seen one. What the hell is he running, mate? You'll have to see if you can get in touch with him and find out exactly how he's pulling that off, dude. That's crazy. That would be so mad. I take it it's like a server that he operates himself as opposed to like a virtual server he's brought into. Well, we're playing on a server, Lutz, but you won't be able to play on it if you're like a dedicated host server on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's going to be purely peer-to-peer, up to 4-player cooperative. Or by cooperative, people on your friends list. You might choose to have a PvP server, but no. As far as I know, at the moment, there's been no talks around dedicated servers for the consoles. That is mad, Joe. I'd say, has he got any YouTube footage or anything like that? That would be mad seeing 60 folks on a server simultaneously. I mean, to be honest, Jova, I mean, I'd love, you know, I'd love to be able to get like 20 people regularly on this one, and I'm sure we won't have any issues with that. But to be honest, I never thought we'd be able to handle more than 20, possibly 30. No matter how much money you throw at a server host, I just didn't think the game would hold up. But that's really cool to know, Jova. Thanks for that, dude. I just thought, I just assumed the game would have some sort of horrible hissy fit if if it went like, you know, up to those levels. Imagine what, oh God, imagine what a horde night would be like with 60 players running around plus the zombies. My God. That's about the right amount of people to defend Caliper City. Actually, when's next dog day? Does anyone know? I've not been paying attention to that. When was the last horde? Oh shit, hang on. I've gone out of sync here, haven't I? Apparently the map size, I mean, I've not read it myself, but someone in chat earlier confirmed that the map size, the random gen map, will be exactly the same size on console as it was on PC. So you'll get the, if you like, the sort of more dev-constructed, lots of attention to detail Navezgane map, which is a very small map in comparison to the random gen ones. But rest assured, from what I've been told, again, I can only say, you know, and repeat what I hear. I'm sure people aren't deliberately trying to misinform us, but apparently the console map size is identical to the PC map size, which is pretty bloody big, to be fair. $299's dog day. 299's dog day? Can't be. That's 8 days away, mate. So it can't be 299. Actually, tell you what, we should get a good chunk of stain out of this, actually. What's that? 10 to 15 people max? What's that for, Jova? The console's a 4-player max. $294 dog. I can't remember when the last horde was. I really can't. I should start keeping a little note. I can't keep doing these bizarre... I've never been a fan of multiplication with 7s. There you go, I fucking said it. I lose the will to live when I'm trying to calculate the next horde night and then backtrack 2 days before to figure out the horde, the dog day. I just trust in chat to get it right. Can you make your own sides? You have full access to this, look, mate. All the letters. So you've got the full alphabet. No numbers, though. Or at least none that I've seen, thinking about it. Let's just double check that. No. And one of the things they are adding, you know how you have signs in Minecraft? They are adding, you know, little placeable marker signs in the next version of the alpha, which will be Alpha 15. And for those of you that don't know, at the moment there are no NPCs, well, other than zombies, but they are adding bandits, human bandits, to the game. That's the next big update, which is due to hit PC hopefully sometime, well, between now and hopefully maybe in July. Obviously they've not given us a date, and they very rarely give us a set date, I don't think, but that's massive. They're also going to add NPC traders as well. Dog day. Well, every 7 days you get a feral horde. So on day 7, 14, 21, 28, etc., you'll get, that evening, you'll get a massive horde of zombies. 2 days before the feral horde, you have what's known as Dog Day, which is probably the worst day by far. and that's when you will get multiple hellhounds spawning. So basically zombie Dobermans. I just call them hellhounds because they're just an absolute living hell. They're probably the worst, most devastating mob in the game. If you get caught by a dog on dog day, you're pretty much screwed in your first couple of weeks. Well, once you've got a shotgun, you've got half a chance because the shotgun has like a stagger mode to it. Oh god, look, we're all the way at Grumbay, look. No wonder we're here in Z's. Shit, look, there's one up there, look. I think shooting him would be a really bad idea, to be fair, because it's just going to warn all the others, isn't it? I think we'll leave him. Definitely digging. I don't actually want to dig that way in case one comes in behind me. Jesus, it's dark in here. Can't see shit. You're right, Spud. Thank you for the follow, mate. Yeah, we've seen some spectacular dog days. I mean, back when I was on single player before we did the hex edit and made it multiplayer, I was sort of seeing on dog day like a couple of dogs here and there. Normally in a pack of 2. I think now and again we'd see a pack of 3. Since then, we regularly see packs of 3 dogs coming in at us, like multiple waves of them. We're quite lucky because we've got Caliper City with a really big perimeter. They don't seem to spawn inside it normally. So we quite often just shoot them through the iron bars. But oh my god, dogs are absolutely lethal. I mean, you're nearly guaranteed to become infected if a dog bites you as well. There seems to be like a really high probability. Shit, I shouldn't be knocking that out, should I? I've just suddenly clicked. But it doesn't matter because we need the stone, so... You're right, Cassie. Thank you, Cabvol, as well. Sorry, mate. I didn't see you pop up there, dude. Oh, there you are. This is a shame because this top row is soil, look. God damn it. See, if this was stone, it'd be ideal. Welcome back, Fortune. What happens when you die? Well, it depends on the server settings, actually. And obviously, by that I mean when you get it on the console, you'll be able to set some parameters when you create a game. And one of the most important things to consider is what does actually happen when you die. Now, you're always going to lose 10 wellness, which is bad enough in itself, but you've essentially got your inventory, and you also have your toolbar at the bottom. I can't remember what default is, but I'm pretty sure... Well, let's put it this way. I'm not sure what default is, and it doesn't really matter. When you die, you drop a backpack. You can either choose to never lose anything. So in other words, if you die, you just respawn at a sleeping bag, and off you go. If you've not placed a sleeping bag or a bed, you'll just spawn at another random point on the server. So it's always good to get a bed down pretty early on. But, you know, goes without saying. But... on this world, for example, what we've got is if you die, everything in your inventory and everything on your tool belt goes in the backpack. So you have to do a corpse run. Which is why, pro tip, and I seriously can't recommend it enough because it was only recently I actually got around to it myself. Wherever your sleeping bag is, try and get at least a light source in a chest. And maybe a basic weapon, because there's nothing worse than being close to your backpack but finding out it's absolutely swarming with zombies, and of course you've got no alternate weapons. So get yourself like a little wooden chest right next to your sleeping bag with a light source, whether it be a torch or a miner's helmet, something like that, and some limited arrows and a bow, you know, when you first set out. At least then you've got half a chance of getting your stuff back. But if you want to play a little bit easy, you can just have it so that you don't lose anything. You just simply respawn. But you will always lose wellness. You're right, really? How you doing, buddy? Cave-ins? To a point, yeah. I mean, I've never had a collapse like in a cave, but I have had plenty of buildings collapse. Just be careful. Don't start building massive caverns. It will probably end horribly. We've seen the whole side of a mine collapse. We've seen roofs collapse. We've seen towers collapse. Yeah, definitely something you want to just make sure you got enough supports in. You should be fine. He says. I've had some hysterical disasters, mate, as a result of the structural integrity in this game. Yeah, to be honest, without that, it probably wouldn't be quite as much fun, to be fair. How is the bow and arrow easy to make? Super piss easy to make. You'll have a bow and arrow, like... Well, I think the tutorial part of the game will have you a bow and arrow probably in the first, like, 10-15 minutes. You literally need a little bit of wood and some grass fibre, some plant fibre. Even my, if you like, durability 600 purple quality bow requires a couple of wood. Yeah, I'll show you, look. Favourites. Oh, look. 6 wood and 3 plant fibres. Piece of piss. Crossbow is different. The crossbow, you actually need a schematic. You actually need to learn how to make a crossbow by reading a book that you can find in the game. You cannot drop nothing on death without altering XML files. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's nice to know, yeah, because that is a bit of a cop-out, isn't it? Bike acrobatics. I do really want to make like a racetrack in or maybe even around Caliper City. We just need to have a little look at what we'll use to sort of map the track out. I can't really think of any blocks that are quite going to work. It's 354. So we should be okay now, look. It's a shame this is not staying in it. It really is. Yeah, the max your health and wellness can hit is 250. I think you can hit 200 from being good to your character, keeping them well fed, eating some really nice, nutritious foods. But do I actually need to be knocking this out? I have this horrible feeling I'm making this like 10 times bigger than I need to. I am, aren't I? I don't know. I've lost perspective here. Let's go and get some rebar. Oh, I'll tell you what, let's go and do the bridge. Let's do a little bit more of the bridge. Yeah, I think 200's the highest you can get without putting points into... What's the skill called? Health Nut, is it? Health Nut raises your minimum and maximum wellness by 10 points per rank. This one here is literally just fantastic because if you put 10 points, your first 10 points in it, it means the lowest your wellness is ever going to go is 80. So it's really worth getting points in this quickly because, like I said earlier, you can't even begin to understand how bad having 70 health and stamina is. It's game-changingly difficult. And obviously, as new players who are going to be coming into the game and not knowing all the tricks and what have you, you might find yourself dying quite a lot. It's and don't cheap out. Don't have easy server settings. Half the fun of this game is how difficult it actually is to start with. Keep it difficult. You'll be amazed at how much faster you get at, just achieving things like a simple house. Is it true that hordes reset difficulty after day 49? Yeah, and it's not a bad thing, Jessica, to be fair, because the tier 7 horde can be absolutely just devastating. You might find your whole build completely crushed. If it didn't reset, you might find that there was no getting back to a stronghold, that you could reliably defend. I can understand why they've done it. I suppose what would be nice is if they actually made it a mode whereby it just keeps getting harder and harder and harder. So I suppose there is an end to the game then. It's almost like a survival mode to see how far you can actually get. The problem is there's too many people that cheat. I'm not going to say too much, but there are ways to completely avoid the horde. We tested it once. We've only ever cheated, if you like, and avoided one low-level horde just to see if it could be done. And it is really, really easy. I'll tell you what, anyone that does that is just completely ballsing the game up for themselves, honestly. I just can't see why you'd want to do it. But, you know, we've had some nights where we've not had a horde. You know, it's just simply bugged out. It's not come to us. And you know what? I heave a sigh of relief when and if that does happen. There's nothing more demoralising than having to rebuild your base for the 13th time. It's just part of the game, though. I mean, you know, it can just. You get quite excited when when you're doing well and you're off to go and do like the next big thing. You know, like we're building the bridge and everything. You've only got so many days before the next horde. So obviously you've got to prepare for that early on in the game. You know, you've got to make sure you've got ammunition. You've got to sort of make sure that all your defences are up and running. So it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes when you suddenly find yourself on the slippery slope, spending more time repairing your base than you do actually upgrading it. And that's something to bear in mind. I can't even begin to stress how important it is you don't go for a massive sprawling base your first time round. It really is. It's hard. It is, and it's not something I'd recommend until you've at least sort of played with a slightly smaller build that's easier to defend. You know, if you like a challenge, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It's just I'd get to know the game a little bit first, to be honest, because there is a lot to learn, and that's the beauty of it. You're never going to be bored. There's always a new sort. I mean, even today I found out things I didn't know about. What do we need for the bridge? We need wood logs, we need wood frames, and we need a couple of these. And I think that's it, isn't it? And we'll obviously want the hammer. Should we take a nail gun? Nah, sod it. Let's eat. So actually, I'll show you. Look, if you say, I haven't got any normal food, but if you look at meat stew, look, it's actually got a wellness factor plus 1.6. So if I live on meat stew and something like bacon and eggs, look, wellness plus 1, and keep my character well hydrated and fed, my maximum wellness would steadily increase. Pop a few vitamins here and there. Make sure he doesn't get too, or she doesn't get too hot or cold. In fact, we'll have some bacon and eggs if we can. I need bacon and eggs for a while, haven't we? Nom nom. Very nice. You like digging a moat? Something reassuring about that. You've got to be careful with a moat, mate. Because it depends on what the side of the moat are made of. Because there's a very good chance once the zombies are in it, they'll start tunneling underneath you. So be careful with that. It sounds like a good idea. You actually don't want to give them... Yeah, in fact, I can show you exactly why that can end up being extremely disadvantageous to yourself. Is that even a word? I know what I mean. Yeah, defend this. Defend your property! Oh, God, just nearly fell in. Oh, that would have killed me. Yeah, I mean, have a look. So, for example, if this was a moat, look what happens. You might get just one zombie, right, spawn in over here. And what he does is he knows I'm over there. He can probably hear me in Caliper City. And what he does is he just starts tunneling. Look how far one of them got. It can be very, very bad. And what happens is once they're underneath you, they'll start tunneling up. Or if they're above you, they'll start tunneling down. They're pretty smart. The zombies are, you know... reasonably smart. I suppose they're pretty smart for zombies. Definitely had a cock up here. We need to come... I don't know, I hope we can backfill that. You're going to go for permadeath worlds. I suppose the only problem with that is if you're playing with your friends, mate, what happens if one of you dies really early on? I can understand why someone might want to do that, but wouldn't you'd be really pissed if you died, wouldn't you? What if you just had like a bit of a bad moment and everyone else is like doing fine? How would you handle that? 1, 2, 3, 5. Did I do that right? I'm starting to think I miscounted there, actually. See, what we're doing here, we're trying to get a bridge. I'll show you the map in a sec, but we're trying to get a bridge all the way across to the other side to Tony's area. And what we're hoping is that we'll have like a trading station in the middle of the lake, or if not a trading station, something in the middle of the lake. or river or sea or whatever the hell it is. Is it the ocean? Can't be, can it? Because it's fresh water, because we get our water from here. Must be a river or a lake. Right, where's my next one here? So we're just building these like this, look. They're not going to be here permanently. We'll probably knock them out. It's just, it makes it a lot easier for me while I'm building it. If I fall in, I don't have to go all the way back. Thank you, Big Game PvP. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the follow. I missed a block. So, rather than trying to build the whole bridge in one go, we just simply do like 1 or 2 lengths of it each morning. And then I'll show you, look, how far we've got. Actually, it doesn't look that far now. What do you reckon? How far? Thank you, Louis Lopez. Do you reckon it is a lake? It's got to be, innit? Yeah. Yeah, it's not just a little river, is it? That's a pretty big-ass lake. So, yeah, we're going to try and get it all the way across. And it's going to be a lot of fun racing the mini-bikes across here. Especially if you don't put a side on it. How many mini-bikes will end up at the bottom of the ocean? Lake. Sorry, Fortune. I'm quite impressed with the methodology behind our construction here. We put quite a lot of thought into this, didn't we, so that we could just do it really quickly. The Fort Fuck It is next. The Fort Fuck It is next. We've just started getting the stone, but every morning we come and do a bit on the bridge, don't we? Try and do 2 sections each morning. And I think we'll be impressed at just how quickly it all goes together, to be honest. Not got my oxygen meter, hang on. Give me my oxygen meter, please. Really? Come on, mate. There we go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. We had the community dev, was it Mateus or someone came in, didn't he? And he did actually mention that there was definitely some thought being put into water-based enemies. I think that oh, shit, did I just place that wrong? I think they were talking about piranha or something, weren't they, at some point? That would be kind of quite cool. Shit, hang on a sec. I'm starting to feel a bit fidgety there, hang on. Bloody hell, that's deep there, isn't it? Christ almighty. Oh, son of a... Really? My bad. He sinks to the bottom of the lake there. You can sort of see... Oh, hang on. That looks like a pounding there. I'll tell you what, let's get rid of it and put a fresh one in just in case. We don't want a weakness in our bridge.
Really? 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 Really?
What? You reckon it's still a sixth of the way? It can't not be going up, Jan. You're supposed to be reassuring me we're making progress here, sunshine. Grum lights. Don't worry, we've got the lights. We've actually done really well, Sky. I don't know if you've been here all the time, but yeah, we've actually got, I think, maybe 5 or 6 batteries now. Just went and got another 4. So we not only can we do the Fort Fuck It, we might even have enough to start considering the next one. Or additional spotlight structures in and around the darker zones. We definitely need to do a feral pit, though. Where the last ones come from. That was just such a devastating horde. To be honest, if Chick hadn't been there, it could have been even worse as well. Well, it would have been worse, no doubt about it. I mean, Chica was taking out plenty of Z's, so look at that. Look at the landscape. Oh, that looks mad, doesn't it? Oh, that whole forest there, we've planted that. That's all us. That's Honey Scroat Orchard. Is this creative? No, it's survival. Lampposts with candles on the bridge. Well, one of the mods I was looking at over the weekend was the electricity mod, which adds things like oh look, we've lost a bit of bridge here. Look, how's that happened? Yeah, adds functioning lights, electrical lights to the game. Apparently they're just a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes you have to place them like 2 or 3 times. You see where the zombies have been tunneling there. Look. But once they're placed and lit, they stay lit. It's just getting them to activate. It's just a bit hit and miss. A few more sections to get to 20%, you reckon? Let's do a check. Make sure Daphne's spawn area is all legit. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? I hate this entrance. There's something about this. I just can't quite seem to gauge it for some reason. It's really weird, isn't it? Oh, what the hell? Really? Are you dead? Yeah. Yes, please. You know what we could... I've got an idea, you know. I might have just come up with a solution here. What about, right, where we've got these blank areas, yeah? So this here, because obviously I don't want to just dig a bloody big pit, because it would be great to have tomato plants and stuff over it. Why don't I've got 2 options, right? I could either just hoe it and get it ready for the tomatoes when and if we ever manage to get them up and running. Or I could just put these around. So even if they do spawn in, we just have like at least a chance to get in there and sort of stay on top of them. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be worth thinking about, hasn't it? Because this is lethal. This is an absolute danger zone. But it's also a nice area, nice open area, isn't it? Sort of untouched. They also mentioned the idea of treasures below and boats. Oh, that sounds awesome, Sammy. Yeah, that sounds great, mate. You should make the full length of the side walkway if you can. Well, we're actually humming in I don't know, 3. I'm humming and ahhing about that very much. You're talking about like the row of these that I've got down there, yeah? Like that, where I'm coming up onto out the water on. Because what we were thinking, we could have like a footbridge and then the bike bridge up top. So it's definitely something we're considering. The only reason that I'm humming and ahhing about it is at some point I do want to have... there's like a bamboo raft available in one of the fishing mods. So, obviously, if we do that, we're not going to be able to take them underneath the bridge. So, a little bit more thought's got to go into that once we start knowing how we're going to add mods with Alpha 15. I like tomatoes, Fortune. And honestly, when you see them and you see the work that has gone into the tomatoes, you'll know why the fascination. They really do look absolutely wicked. They sort of bob around... as if they've got a bit of weight on the stems. They're just like hypnotic, mate. But also, once we've got that, I know that then we can also get banana plants, banana trees. the possibilities are endless once we've got the tomato plants up and running, mate. Gunpowder, can't use any of that. All right, let's put this away then. And let's get the rebar and concrete out. Shall we go and map out Fort Fuckit? How much concrete have we got? Not a lot at all. Oh, shit. I've just got no sand. I'll tell you what, shall we make a run to the desert and go and get a load of sand? It's a long bloody way to go though, guys. It really is. Oh, hang on. Thank you, Jim Dog. Much appreciated. Thank you kindly. Let's go map out the 7x7, or whatever the hell it is. I can never remember these bloody things. Alpha 13 notes mentioning the latest water physics. Alpha 13's donkeys ago, innit? Yogurt! What an awesome username. You must have got in early with that, mate. Thank you very much for the follow. So there is a creative game. You can play it creative, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it basically comes in 3, then the 4th block, and then 3 back out. That should be, even I can probably remember that. So 7x7 and 4 high. 7x7, 4. You should be all right. Oh, you be careful, Fortune. Don't tread on any ants, mate. Alright, so basically the biggest weakness we've got currently in this compound is this area here. They seem to like spawning over here, so we've got 1 or 2 options really. We hoe it and flatten it. Or at the very least do what we're going to do now, which is essentially creating a Fort Fuck It so we can at least see what the hell's going on over here. So we need to smash all of this out. Although actually, no, we don't, do we? We could be lazy. I actually don't need to get rid of those. And they count as a concrete block. For all intents and purposes, there's no difference. Well, would you mind? Snowflake Bryce, thank you very much for the follow. So that'd be 1 block. It's going to be this block in here that I can't. So it would essentially be that, right? Does that look big enough to you? Did we take those right up to the corner? I guess we did. Something just seemed off about that. We're obviously gonna have to smash this one out, aren't we? What the hell? I don't know, laughing my fucking ass off. What the fuck? 18749. How you doing? Thank you very much for the follow, mate. You know I'd never cheat and diddle it, Jan. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd be coming down at 3 o'clock in the morning doing a quick stream, just smashing back through it. I couldn't live with myself, mate. We always said we'll do it properly. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly. Takes forever, doesn't it? Maybe this is where we need the auger. Bloody hell. There are sentry turrets actually, Jim Dog. There's a mod with some extremely overpowered, like as in extremely overpowered sentry turrets. I actually, it's one of the first mods that I might consider playing about with myself. I'm thinking that if I could have them in the game so they were very, very useful and track the zombies as well as the current implementation does, but with a really, really hefty ammo cost. I think the current implementation, just simply you place them and they just have infinite ammo. I think we could maybe come up with, you know, for the bigger bases like this, so someone like me, he might quite often be defending on my own. I think it would just be a really nice alternate, a sort of countermeasure, especially if I could have them relocatable. So sort of think of it as a turret that isn't a mounted turret. You know, I can set it up a tripod and just locate it, say, here, for example. Go the extra distance, Fortune. Do it, mate. We've got quite a lot to knock out here, haven't we? I think I fancy a nice cuppa, actually. Oh, thank you very much, Advina. What do you reckon about this this plot of land then? I could always make it. What about right? Instead of trying to diddle it, what about creating a second farm, an actual legit second farm, just like this one? I'm almost, and I know you're going to hate me for it, but I'm almost tempted to knock this building down. But see, the problem with this one is there is no way for me to recreate these blocks. And although I love the battered look of it, I can't help but feel in weeks to come, TNT might be used over there at some point. We'll hire Chica for a day. How did we... Let me go and have a look how we did this over here. Thank you, Zomdy. Much appreciated, mate. Thank you for the follow. Is that one you're on about, Fortune? The 600 calories one? That is insane, mate. Thank you, Jolly. Appreciate the follow, mate. Thank you very much. Ah, right. In theory, we've actually ballsed up, but well, I can live with it. We'll be all right. I suppose what we should do, I mean, here's a thought. What about... There's no way to get to this perimeter wall right now, is there? So what about over here, where we build the fort, fuck it, yeah? What about if we have it hollowed out in the middle, like Fort Bobby's, and actually have it as an access hatch? So that from the comfort of, say, Sniper Tower, we can actually hit a tunnel and come up onto this perimeter completely safe. Because the zombies couldn't get at us, especially if then we actually stand on a fort, fuck it, and defend from there. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Thank you very much, Exterminator. Cute flay, cute flay, cute flay. Cute flay. A cute flay. Let's get rid... We'll leave it. I think we'll leave that one there. It might look quite nice, look. So we're going to need to go on the outside and smash them down. These do need to come out, but... well, let's fill that one in. Where's the middle one going to... The middle's actually going to be there. It's going to be a lot of chipping out of concrete, isn't it? But I think it would be really nice if we could get to the perimeter wall from the safety of the main camp then. That's looking rather good. You so Alden. What about a water feature or something, Grum? Something that says Grumbodia. Or well, we've got the swimming pool, mate. At the back of the farm, we've got a fully functioning swimming pool, sort of minus the water. What's that, Sky? Your personal policy on cheats? Never cheat unless you've played the game before. If you haven't experienced the game as it should have been played, you have no right to mess about with it. Yeah. Well, I'm not. Have I missed something in chat regarding that? Or yeah, I'd agree on that. Use oil barrels, corners, Grum, and it all comes down. Yeah, it might be. I suppose in a way, Siam, it might actually be quite good fun doing it as well. As you say, I'm sure we could come up with some rather devious methods of demolition. Get us ready for our PvP period. Right, it's going to go 4 high, isn't it? So. Wonder if our little flood at the water tower is having any impact on the server. It's like I'll probably be in touch with Blue Fang later, saying like something's gone really horribly wrong with the server. It's just running that, just a little bit slower than it always has done. We're not too sure why. They'll look into it, spend hours trying to check it out. Come back to me, they'll just be simply, some prat on your server just knocked down a water tower, which is now spread for like 3 kilometers wide. It's starting to pick up speed. Caliper City's under threat of flood. Can you get sand blocks and ramps? Yes, you can. Sandbags are definitely in here. Might not be quite the aesthetic you're looking for, but yeah, you can. And ramps, totally reckless. There's loads of types of ramp. I mean, they might not be called ramps, but you got vent ducts, wooden ramps. You got all sorts of different coloured ramps. I'm sure you could come up with something. How many days do you have in this game? I've got about 550 hours on Steam, which I suppose actually isn't that much. I mean, that goes back over quite a period of time, though, mate. This is a random gen maniac. You're right, Billy BMX. Billy BMX, yeah, man. How you doing? We've got ladders pretty close. So that's the top. So we literally just need to flatten that out then, don't we now? Hang on. Oi, 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 oi. Whoa! Steady on, sir. Okay. Now we need to be really careful here because some of these do actually not need to be knocked out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the full perimeter and get the iron bars on so we've not got a weak point during construction. It's going to look quite nice on the corner, this one, actually. I mean, the plan was to, continue expanding down the road, wasn't it? At some point. There's going to be the dynamic blocks. I can't even begin to think what that's going to mean to the Fun Pimps now they've got dynamic blocks up and running. I can only imagine it's something that they've always wanted to do.
Up for 7 hours, 8 minutes, 53 seconds.
Yeah, have either only just, been able to spend time on it, or maybe have only just really figured out, a reliable way of doing it. But dynamic block placement is going to be phenomenal, mate. I'm really excited for that. I think what we've seen with the walkways is just the tip of the iceberg. It really is. It's one of the reasons I was almost reluctant to sort of start a big construction on the bridge, because I thought those walkways might be quite interesting. And in fact, we were just talking about the if you like, pedestrian walkway on the main bridge. I can't help but feel that actually we might be able to come up with something. I think we're going to have to jump off, aren't we? So something to do with the walkways for that. Rather than just having, I'll put it this way, I'm certainly not going to backfill the pedestrian one just yet until we've been able to play about with Alpha 15. We just don't know if we're going to be able to migrate the server over. We can only hope. I mean, I'd pay hard, cold cash to be able to do it. I really would. I'm going to be devastated to lose Caliper. I mean, to be fair to the Commander Jan, there already is a nice selection of blocks compared to some games. The one thing I can't quite put my finger on is why they have blocks that are available in creative mode that aren't available in normal survival mode. That seems, it just seems like an easy way to increase the amount of blocks that the player base have to use, which can never be a bad thing, surely. Yeah, some round tables would be really nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you start hammering away inside a building, you might suddenly find that the roof can no longer be supported. Yeah, structural integrity is a fun thing. You start knocking out a corner, you might suddenly see the whole building start. It's a wonderful thing to watch as well, because it doesn't just like literally just collapse. It's like, hang on, one sec. Right, sorry about that. I do need to grab myself a drink in a sec, actually, folks. I should have grabbed one then, shouldn't I? Not sure where we were, but 1, 2, oh, no. 3. That looks too big now. God, this thing's massive. I think I always underestimate just how much work goes into a Fort Fuck It, to be honest. That's astronomical. That's right though, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Jesus. I have done this right, haven't I? It's too late now, mate. That concrete is already setting. Good Lord, we need more rebar. A lot more rebar. We'll do it as just a shell to start with. Get the iron bars on. At least we know we're not about to have spider zombies clambering over the walls. It's quite nice to be building an FF again. The trademark tower of Caliper City. Wow. Some defensive buttress. Do hordes come in creative mode? I don't know actually. I've never really spent any time in creative mode. I have no idea, mate. You still get zombies in creative mode, don't you? So yeah, I'm sure you do. I don't know. It would seem a bit weird, wouldn't it? If you just want to, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of like God mode and all that. I don't suppose you do you? It would be daft to have zombie hordes in creative mode. Now that I come to think of it, that would serve no purpose, really, would it? God damn it, this is going to take some serious filling, guys. Can't we just fill it with wood or soil or something? We'll have a floppy fuck it. That is a lot of concrete, guys, that could be much better spent elsewhere, you know. Okay, because that's actually going to be our way down, isn't it? Which way does the door face over there? South, I guess. Let's go and get some iron bars. Whoa, Jesus, nearly walked into a fence. I was looking at chat. You can disable Z spawning and in creative mode. You don't need to eat or drink. Oh, right, okay. So, to be honest, I've never really played about in it. So, I never did I was never a big creative mode sort of Minecraftian either. I always liked the survival elements of it. Let's take this over. I think what we'll do this evening, have we got iron? Oh, we have, look. So this evening what we could do is maybe make the vault doors and the chests and things that we need. Let's just go and make sure we've got a safe perimeter. Do not skimp on your materials. Oh, but please, Sky. Oh, hang on. Whoa, that's a bit dodgy doing that. There's barbed wire over there, isn't there? Be careful, son. Oh, dang. That's a long way down. Really? I can't touch that from there. I thought that's a brilliant idea. I mind that. Even if I do say so myself. Oh my god, look at it. Looks like a hideous beast right now. And in case anyone's wondering what the iron bars are for, I thought that'd gone wrong then. There is a zombie type called a spider zombie, which can essentially clamber up walls. What it can't do is get over a one block placement like that. I mean, you can use a solid block, you can use an angled block. As long as it juts out, a spider zombie can't get past it. It'll clamber up the wall, hit that, and basically come back down. The beauty of the iron bars, though, you can actually walk on them and shoot through them. So if there's a zombie here going up and down, up and down, up and down, you can just go and shoot him in the back of the head. If you've got a solid block up there, obviously you can't shoot through it. The beauty of these is as well, if you really want to get into it, you can actually make them, if I show you, I'm not going to do it, but you can actually have them 2 wide and still walk on them. I think you might be able to make them 3 wide and still walk on them. Never tried that, though. So that's it. That's safe from the outside then, isn't it? No way in. And once that's full of concrete, no buggers getting in there. There we go. All right. So we do actually need to do a little bit of thinking here. So I am going to use these to be... I think that is where we're going to have the chests, isn't it? This will be the door. No, hang on. Where's the door going to go? I ain't got a clue now. Hang on a minute. That will be the middle, won't it? So, yeah, so that's the central tower. That's right. I think. Yeah. So that's the tower. That'll be a door. So that there needs to... Oh, I have to knock 2 blocks of concrete out. Oh, you bugger. Do any of you guys know what stuff's on the PC version of this game the consoles won't have? Nothing at the minute, Jim Dog. It'll pretty much exactly what you see now. The only difference, I think, is just that we're playing an experimental build, so there's probably like bug fixes and things, but the Alpha 14 version that's coming to console is a robust early Alpha 14. I don't think anything's been added to the game in subsequent sort of iterations of this experimental build, if you like. So you're still going to have mini bikes, you're going to have all the same blocks I've got, you're going to have all the same zombie types. I don't think there's going to be any, difference. How do I defend all of this area by yourself? With a lot of difficulty, mate. We just very nearly got overrun, actually. If Chica hadn't been here, I'm really not sure what would have happened there, because they just kept coming. Now, whether or not that was a normal spawn tier 6 and I just simply didn't have... Actually, we're going to have to go down, aren't we? I'm really worried I made a mistake here. They did seem to just keep coming, didn't they? There seemed to be like no respite at all. Let's just get this. We'll leave like that corner and we'll sort of like... Oh, shut out rebar. You've got to be kidding me. Fuck. I think that's looking pretty good. I mean, what we can do is map out the sides. So that's the central turret. That's the door. So this is going to be curved rebar, isn't it? So let's do 1, 2. Can't put one there. That's a shame. I can't put one here either, can I? Fuck. All right, well, that's as much as we can do then. Does that look right to you? I'm starting to get really concerned. It looks like too big an area up top, doesn't it? Just going to make sure that the vault doors attach to the side of the main turret. I'm sure they do. I got to admit, Beast, I genuinely was a little bit concerned there, mate. You probably could tell in my tone of voice. I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? It seemed to change when Chica came down. As soon as Chica came down, it's like everything's just started thinning out. But that could have just been because we were like, you know, next to each other and I could sort of tangibly see a difference. But they didn't seem to be, you know, letting up, did they? They really didn't. It was to stop somebody else picking this up. Shit, I didn't actually mean to do that. Does this mean people can just come and steal your spotlights? I'd be pretty pissed about that. These things are not easy to make, are they? Thank you very much for the follow there, Twilight Girl. Hugely appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Snyder. Are there other players on the map? There are, yes. What's that?
Anyone coming?
Oh,
It's in the desk, top drawer.
I'll keep watch. Just hurry.
Oh my god.
What? What is it?
I think it's last week's curry.
Oh, leave it. Let's move.
Oh, Fortune told me about that. Oh, yeah. What do I need? Do I just need nails? Is it that simple? Should we go and do that just really quickly? Have a look how that works? Because that's something I've never done. How many do you think I need? Let's make 50 in case it's 10 per. Shit, they go quick, don't they? Thank you, Lord Sauce, for the follow, and thank you, Jay Daggies, 28 as well, and Historic Scrub. Thank you for the follows, guys. Keep that burning. Let's take these. Let's just go and have a look at this. Do I just, you know, oh shit, we got Z's in the camp. Oh, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Wait, get off my spikes, you bastard. Come on, over here. Come on, play with Grum. There's one over there, look. Thank you for the follow, Killer Kev. James, how you doing, mate? I think if you place a land claim block and or nail, I don't think land claim blocks work. I'm sure Fortune checked that for me, didn't you, with the wooden frames? I'm pretty sure if it just says E to pick up, it doesn't matter whether there's a land claim block or not. Let's have a look at this. So what do I do? Just like... Oh yeah, it goes then. Look. Oh, that's nice, guys. You know what? I'm actually just starting to wonder if they wouldn't look better here, but then I suppose it would be hard to get around. Sod it. Let's just nail these bastards down. That's it, job done. Just in case. How many was that? It's 5 nails. So let's do these 2 as well while we're at it. Oh. You watch me fall off and break my leg now. I knew those ladders were worth putting in. It's the first time we've ever used them. Spotlight maintenance, look. Just in case. Thank you, Bratini. Oh, what? What am I out of? Really? Oh, maybe I just repaired it as well somehow. Don't know. Is it going to be PvP servers on console? Well, it'll be down to you, mate, because it's peer-to-peer, so it's only up to 4 players as far as we know, so you'll be able to set up a PvP server with you and a couple of your friends or what have you. So to be honest, they've always been very honest about the fact that the game's not really designed to be a player versus player game. Mad Mole's, he's always wanted to build like a very strong survival game, but his real passion, from what I understand, is very much around the RPG elements. One of the things he's really keen to work on, as the lead dev is the bandits and quests and things like that. I mean, I could really see it becoming, probably better than bloody Fallout 4 in that regard. They only need half decent writer, don't they? Nails I needed. How many should we get? Should we just make 5 and hope that's enough? Let's just quickly go and do this. It's nearly 10 o'clock. I want to get indoors for 10. There's another one there. We'll have to come up through the maintenance house.